What? What's this? Rating Geek Vision Productions. Rating with a party of 21. Geek Raid! Thank you so much. How was your stream? What were you doing? I hope that you're doing well. Thanks so much for bringing in your sleepy peeps. I think everyone on my end is asleep. No worries. Just glad you brought them over here. And this is actually a pretty appropriate stream too for sleepy peoples. So it's A-okay by me. It was fun. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. I ate a really large breakfast. I had huevos rancheros, and then I was like, is it sleepy time? It's sleepy time. And so I had the most luxurious nap of all time. And I woke up when I was like, everything's perfect in the world. I'm gonna stream. So now here I am. I'm asleep but not quiet. Awesome, glad you're here. And not Naomi with an A. I'm still here too. Perfect. Welcome. Welcome. I'm just rebooting my Photoshop and then we will begin. Geek Vision says, I drew a semi-realistic Sarah, the Triceratops from The Land Before Time. Oh my goodness. I have watched those a lot. Back in on the wee old kitty days. If you have a picture, I would love to show that off. Alright, hopefully this will work. Huzzah! Welcome, everybody! Thanks for being here. Yeah, I've watched so much Land Before Time growing up, like just basically on repeat. Whenever I would visit Grandma, I would watch that show a lot. So this is Frankie, and Frankie is a precious doggo, and I'm hoping to finish Frankie today. And oh yeah, my left-handed turtle here, my Squirtle. When people are like, you know, you didn't do the sunshades, I did that the last stream. I did a little head and added the shades of cool, you know. And that's on this layer, right? Yeah, okay. Man, it's so cool, I want to keep it. Alright, I actually did take a snapshot of it, so I did technically keep it. You know, not bad for a left-handed drawing, I think. But yeah, Geek Vision, put down your either a link to your work thing that you're working on, or like your social media, and I would love to look through it, talk about you, see what you've been up to, and but if you have to slip off,
Jinkies!
Whoa!
I think I just felt an artery harden.
Naomi with an A. Thank you so much for the follow. You are now a cutie pie. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I have to upload her. Okay, yeah, take all your time. And if you need to slip away here pretty soon, I understand. I get it. Streaming life is challenging, and also, you know, foods is important too. Just like adjust this lighting here. It's a little harsh. There we go. Maybe less. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna keep Squirtle here because he's my little buddy. And yeah, I'm just draw. Paint on a new layer. So has people ever had huevos rancheros? Oh my goodness, it was so good. That's what I had for breakfast. And I got the chance to pop in to my local Asian grocer, and I picked up some mochi because I was nearby. And that was pretty early in the morning for me. Where's the brush that I need? I use a very specific brush when I'm painting doggos. And I'm just trying to find, I think it's down here. Hairy Rough. There we go. This is the one. Right here. Bam. It's this one. Yeah. Opacity. We need this to be full opacity. Yeah. Let's see, other things I've been doing. Okay, so I recently finished this show. It's called Blood of Zeus. It's definitely not for kids, I'll just say that. It's really graphic. But it's a pretty good series. It's only like one season. It's only like 8 episodes. And it's on Netflix. And it's got these really, really freaking cool monsters in it. And, yeah, it seems like they're powered by kind of like some sort of alternate power source or something like that. They're really cool. The antagonist is like super cool looking, like as antagonists should look like. It's like, you know, I might do a piece of fan art. You know, it's kind of been hanging out in my brain yesterday while I was working on some other projects, which I guess I can talk a little bit about, but I'm not really in a place to really kind of show on stream yet, per se. I want to get a little bit further in character design before I kind of start doing stuff on stream. But basically, I have written a comic, my first issue of a new series, and so yesterday I was making monsters, and as such, really kind of honing in on some designs. So I have been really kind of focusing in on that. And then I'll do some character designs after that. And yeah, but I have a completed, righted 22-pager comic, and it's really cool. I think so. And I'm in the getting feedback stage of it. So if you have written other, you know, issues of comics and don't mind, you know, looking over some words, that'd be cool. But, you know, no pressure or anything. It's definitely the longest continual comic I've done. I've usually done 8 pages or less, short comics, and so it's been a process trying to get, you know, the beginning, middle, and the end, you know, a really cool action-y kind of look to it, and kind of what my panels are going to look like too. So that took a while. It took me, what, 3 months? 4 months to write this one? I'm gonna say at least 4 months. And I've also been playing a game, a 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons game. It's kind of set in that world. So, yeah. It's kind of what I'm doing. And people who are on my Patreon, they're gonna be able to see all of my progress so far with that. is they get access to all the behind the scenes stuffs too, which for the new year I'm gonna be structuring it a little bit, because right now, oops, I need to scroll down. Yeah, okay, out is fine too, I guess. So moving away from, oops, no, I want this one. Moving away from color pages and more kind of behind the scenes kind of shots of kind of the stuff I'm working on. I want to focus a little more on comics and kind of what that looks like. So, restructuring, you know, it's always good to like kind of restructure stuff. You know, as your work kind of develops and changes over time. You have to keep in mind that, you know, we're not going to be zooming like this. I'm going to be like out here like this. So I have to just keep that in mind. Because I've had that problem when I'm working digitally, is I'll zoom in way too close. And I'm working all these little tiny details, and I zoom out, and I'm like, oh no, I can't see the details I put into it. So, the one downside of digital versus traditional artwork. Anybody else have that problem? Anybody else here who is who does the art stuff? Let me know. And what kind of art stuff Steels do. Because I'm always a big fan talking about art. Yeah, so I'm not gonna do like, yeah, I think I was planning this green and this red. I think that'll be a lot cooler than the original image. Eventually you have to put in the shadows in the highlights for the bandana of this precious baby. I'm gonna not hit erase, hit this button. In other portraits, I've always tried to like stay really, what do you call it? To the, as realistic to the colors as I can. So this is really kind of pushing me, going with these. And I was hoping to like get these finished like way sooner. However, that just wasn't the It was in the cards for me at the time. That's okay, things change. And I just gotta roll with it, you know? I'm thinking I was using another brush when I first started out. Or maybe it was too big. I think that was the case. That's what's kind of messing me up here. There we go. I'm gonna blend this in a little bit better. Some nice blending. Link is ready! Perfect! Let me get this loaded up here. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's make sure this works here. Oh, it does! I got a cat here hanging out with me, though. That's a little, where's the kitty cat? Gotta move the kitty cat. Kitty cat will be like, oh man, we want to talk about this. The kitty cat is very, very, intrigued about. Which one is it? Alright, I'm just gonna, like, zoom in here. Wow, this is cool. Triceratops! I like it! Yes. Also, I love the color choice you have for the default here. I think it matches pretty well to the design. I also really like how you have all these little tiny details, but you didn't zoom in like way too far in to put in these details. They look very nice and balanced to your composition. And, you know, looks like scales here. They look like scales. And you can get it for 14 bucks. What? That's a killer deal, yo! Good classic t-shirt, tri-blend, v-neck, ringer. What's a ringer shirt? Heavyweight t-shirts. Oh, cool, cool. Classic. But does it work with the green? Oh, it works with the vintage green too. Although I think the yellow is the best, or yeah, this yellowish orangish color I think works pretty great. 2 days to get this shirt for 14 bucks. Let me see what other kind of t-shirts you have, because I bet you got more than one. What? You got 95 designs here. What? Wow, I've really been sleeping. Oh yeah, I remember this elixir. This elixir was pretty cool too. Gex voluptuous hair elixir. Yes, absolutely. Man, I mean, I've got pretty good hair too. But I bet my hair would grow several feet just by using the elixir. 14 bucks! Everything's 14 bucks, right? Wow. Ooh, I like this moon owl. This one's pretty cool too. With the 3 moons. I love those eyes. I love the shape of the feathers here. And you got a really kind of cool style here. I like it a lot. Wow. Let's see. What else? Ooh! Now this is fancy. You know, this is definitely one of those designs I could see selling really well at like a like a farmer's market or something like that. This kind of natural, like, crunchy, pardon our interruption. I am not a bot! I am not a bot! Excited to complete the puzzle? Oh. What is this? I'm not a bot! Okay. But this right here, like, crunchy, mamas would be like, oh, I love this turtle! Act natural with the little mustache and the big glasses, like how I have my glasses. I love it. I bet this is really popular with that demographic. Oh, you can't see it because the cat's here. I'm gonna turn this cat off. There we go. Ah ha! Let me just turn the cat off and then it works. There we go. Sorry about that. Now you all can see it. It's kitty cat in a way. You know, as cats can do. I love how, like, all these details here and how it kind of jets out, so it's not a complete line. But you didn't go in too small details, right? Because it's still readable from afar. And I love how the further down you are, the thicker the line is for the scales. Some pro moves right here. And I love all these line weights for the turtle back. Yeah. Super good design. No. We already did that. Ooh, which one? What other ones are here? Samus and her tiny gunship. Oh my goodness. So I've done one piece of Samus fan art like long time ago. We're talking like over 5 years ago now. And I really, really love doing Samus fan art. I never just sat down and had another chance to go at it. Now that I have like a better skill set to do so. Yeah, I like that. This is cool. This appeals to me as a geeky person. I love it. And then, let's see, what else? And we got a fusion suit, Samus. Perfect. And, let's see, what else? Wow! Oh, kangaroo! I bet, this is another one of those ones that looks really cool with all the little details here. Yeah. I like it. This looks good too. And also this is a shirt from Rocco's Life, isn't it? Pretty sure, right? Samus is fun to draw. I did this as a drawing prompt early in my streaming career. Rocco! Yeah! I knew I was right about that one. Oh man, this is like bringing me back to my childhood, especially with Land Before Time and this. Now Rocco, it says right here, Rocco's Modern Life t-shirt. Awesome. You made this for a charity raffle. Awesome. I said kangaroo. Rocco's a wallaby, and I was just like, yeah, it's a kangaroo, you know. No, it's more than a kangaroo. It's a wallaby. Ren and Stimpy. Wow. Oh, you got a lot of stuff here. You know, makes me go like, I need to spend more time. Yo, this mimic is freaking cool as heck. Yo. Oh, look at this mimic here. Wow, I love the eye. This eye is really freaking cool. Wow. And I love that it's like spitty and gross. You know. That's cool. Well, I love mimics. Yeah, lots of different types of things here. That's cool. And I'm not sure why I've been really kind of not great about making illustration stuff that could be turned into merch. Maybe because, like, in my brain meats, I'm just like, is this good enough for merch? And I'm like, of course. Anything you make can be turned into merch. Right? That's what you're doing. Well, that's really cool. Yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite here. But this one, this Act Natural one, superb quality. Yeah. Hearts. Oh my goodness! Anatomical container heart. Oh, this is cool! I hope you've sold a lot of these shirts. You know? Also 14 bucks. I bet this would look good. Wait, no, not with this. No. Yeah, red, pink. Pink looks good with this. A cream. Maybe a light blue. Ooh. Yeah. Looking good. This looks great. And Geek Vision, where can we find you on the internet besides here? Do you have a link to your socials conveniently through here? So if I click on Geek Vision. What? You also do masks too? Do your designs also do mask versions? Hey, that's cool. So you can hire the designer. Yeah, 4 followers. Yeah, apparently they don't do a you know, like an about me page or anything like that for creators, which is interesting. GeekVisionProductions.com. We're having trouble finding that site. Let's try again. That's what that website looks like. They come on coffee mugs, notebooks, buttons, pillows, phone cases. That's great. Uh-oh. Your website. It's okay, I'm having problems with my website too. But I'm sure Geek Vision Productions on social media as well. But thank you so much for showing me your stuffs, your merch, what you've been doing, and bringing your cool freaking crew over here. And go back over to Frankie here. No www apparently. Oh, do I do that? Remove the W's? Wait. Oh, okay, it's working now. Oh, my website's loading slow. Uh-oh. Let me retry this. Oh. Nani kore? Interesting. Okay. Well, website still doing this thing. No worries. Thank you so much for showing my TeePublic. Of course. Thanks so much for bringing your crew over. I appreciate it so much. It looks better than that? Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, I'm kind of refreshing it here, but it looks like the CSS is not loading. It looks like you just have your HTML, then something is missing from your CSS. Okay, my website's like, you know, broken / always under construction too, and I can't figure out how to freaking fix it either. Like, my brain is just like, I can't even CSS trying to get things to work properly with my, what do you call it, my WordPress theme that I have. Oh man, it's hard. My brain is just really challenged, really frustrated with coding. So I'm probably gonna have to hire someone to help me figure out what option to flip on. Are we losing frames now? Is that what's going on? Skip frames are protected 25% over last 2 minutes. Okay, that was half an hour ago though. We're okay now. Okay, stream health is good. Alright. Alright, let's zoom out here. Nope, I go hit this. A little bit of like this. There we go. Alright, I think the body looks okay. I think this middle section needs to be worked on a little bit more. Then, yeah, the chin needs to be worked a little bit more too. Now I'm thinking about it. We need to work a little bit more on the eyes. Yeah. Okay. So this one has a little bit going like this. And then just gonna throw in some dark here. Didn't I have something or rather? Maybe it was this one? This one? I thought I had another button, nope. Nope. And I had shift on a button. Turn this off. Just don't want to over get my turn this off. Okay, but we don't want this. We want this. No. We want to remove this. Okay. Alright. Well, it's better. Let's turn this back on. Now I want to remove, oops, this. We have the ants crawling around. okay, then I have to go back and erase a bunch of stuff. I think it's just easier if I just circled. Deselect all. Lasso tool. And then just lasso it. And I'm the best at lassoing. So I'm gonna put this down here. Get it right, then we don't lose this edge. So we don't paint over. But I think it might be hopeless. Not the best at lassoing here, but that's okay, you know. I have really wiggly hands today. Wiggles! My hands like to do the wiggles! It's fine. It's fine. There we go. Alright, so it won't paint outside of that zone. You see that? So that's why those exist. Zoom out here again. Alright. And then this is black. I have a really heavy hand for this. Yeah, I might turn the flow down a little bit here. 55. And that probably will help. Yep, that helps a lot. There we go. So, other things I've been watching a lot of Star Trek Next Generation. And if you've not seen it, I highly recommend it. It is a good show. Wait, why did my thing move? There we go. And so, oh, I got affirmation. It says, I can and I will. Yes. It's a very short one, but good. So, other things that's been going on in my world, I recently did the artist back alley, and highly recommend that little raid train. It definitely wasn't little. It was actually pretty significant. I had a lot of people stop by, and you streamed for 1 hour, and then you were talking and answering questions and talking about your art and, you know, your processes and stuff like that. And then after your hour is out, you hand the raid, choo-choo raid, hyper raid train to the next person. So, you know, depending on how many slots are left, I might be able to be doing it again on either Saturday or Sunday, but I'm not sure at this point. But it's definitely brought a lot of positivity and enthusiasm, and I dig that. You know, I love discovering more cool peoples on the internets, you know. Whoops, why did that move? Alright, I just wanted to pick up the color. No. Alright, I picked up the color now. So, big fan of the Hyper Raid Train. Oh, I see what I'm doing. I'm accidentally touching something that's moving the ants around. It's okay. You got it. You got it figured out. Am I really trying? Oh, okay, I am. Just didn't look like I was making any kind of marks here. And kind of a layer underneath here. And this one needs to be a bit more blue. That looks a little better. Yeah, okay. And then, oops, that's too big. There we go. So I had a really exciting Saturday the joy and pleasure of doing the raid train. And yeah, a lot of fun. Still working on my children's illustration book. I'm almost to the point where I'm finished with some stuff of character stuff. I'm almost done with my layouts. And when I get all of those approved, then I'll come back and stream that stuff again on Twitch. But, especially like the early parts of projects, I'm not really too keen on showing that because it's you know, like the ugly part of art. You know, eventually I gotta stream Minecraft. I might do that maybe tomorrow or the next day, and so that I can. I have to finish. Not have to. I have the joy and the pleasure of finishing a castle / wizard tower in Minecraft. And I would like to do that before Cyberpunk 2077 comes out, because I'm gonna be busy playing that. Alright, and that looks way better. deselect. I just realized there's a little bit of a little bit here too. Okay. Yeah, looks better. Coat looking. Okay, I'm not sure what to do next. I think I want a little more color variancy between this part here, because right now it's just looking like a blob of solid color. Oops, I'm gonna hit this, I'm gonna hit this, I'm gonna hit that button. Then it will look not so uniform looking. Oh, slightly a little more blendy too. It's not just a solid chunk over here. It's you zoom in, there's a little bit of white that kind of, you know, kind of blends into the coat here versus, you know, here. So putting a little bit specks of white over kind of this you know, black and blue and a mixture here. That looks a little better. And then I feel like I blinked in this week's been gone by. What about anybody else? Like, get blinked and it's December, you know? Like, what happened in November? It was here and then it's just whoosh. Time just really flows weird for me these days. Does it flow weirdly for anybody else? Because it's been very strange for me. Alright, this looks better. I'm gonna bring this gray color in. This guy over a little bit more. Need to bring out the eyes. A little bit more. Okay. No. Okay, why is it doing that though? Whoops. Whoops. And I use a completely different brush for the eyes. The glossier the better, and that makes the eyes stand out. Alright. What do you else think of the music here? I think it's a pretty good selection, I think. Yeah, I need to go over my lines again. Fill in the line stuff again. I think it's this one. So right now, there's definitely some points where I accidentally overextended a little bit. Here we go. Oh. It's almost 4:30. I think I want to light some incense. This incense that I light is called Nag Champa, and it's a I think it's one of the better incense that exists in the world. It's definitely my favorite. And then there you go. And I will let that to burn. There we go. So, sometimes I like to have this, or maybe a candle or something like that while I'm working. Although it looks kind of funky now that you can see Be like, is something burning in your house? No, it's just incense wafted by. Yes, I can move it back just a little tiny bit. It's not so intense. There we go. Hydration time. Okay, I can hydrate. So, Portland, there's a thing about putting stickers on your water bottle, and you might tell I don't have any stickers on my water bottle. It's not really something that I do. And like electronics and things like that, until this laptop, I've not put any stickers on my laptop. And actually, I have, what do you call it? Kind of a laptop, like, adhesive sticker thing that I have, and then I put stickers on top of that. So it looks really cool. It's got like this ocean and this ukiyo Japanese block printing kind of look this ocean on the back of it, and I like that. My Pokemon stickers on my keyboard is looking a little worse for wear these days. But you know, that's just kind of what happens when I use it every single day. So I didn't think about adding Pokemon stickers to my Razer, although that might be a little kind of silly. Oh gosh, there's this thing that I really want, and it's so unnecessary, but it's so cool. I would like to show it. Hold on, let me find it, because it's called what is it called again? I have it on my Twitter. I found it on my Twitter. And I retweeted it. Right? Is that the easiest place? Yeah, it's the easiest way. Okay. There we go. Twitter. I want to say that my Twitter is like 98% free of TOS stuff, but there's always that wild card that pops in and is like, oh, that's a butt. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Unfortunately, so that's why I'm not like immediately going to Twitter and, you know, switching over when I actually get to the tweet in particular and pull up that video. Because it's so cool. And I thought, wow, you know, it's so not necessary. But you know, have you ever like been like, you know, I really want this toy just because it's just so cool, and you know, I'm a really practical type of person. Unless if it doesn't really have a use for me, if I'm not like supporting someone, I'm just like, I don't know. So like getting me like a Costco size of like toilet paper or like paper towels or something like that, that's cool. That's a cool gift. And then I saw this and I was just like, I want it, but it's not practical. But I'm like, but I want it, and it's very strange for me to have those kinds of conflicting opinions. Oh, come on. You're taking like 10,000 years to load. Oh. My. Alright. Okay. So it's a click on this and not hit this, so with a full screen experience here. There we go. I'm gonna switch over to looking at stuff. Alright. Boop. Alright. Oh, wait. Before we hit this, we gotta pause our music. So our music is not bothering us. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Alright, right. Okay.
Find yourself with an urge to express yourself. Now that can be mighty important, not only in school,
the most
but in later
expensive
life
keyboard
too.
I've ever
So I've made
had.
videos on many unusual, crazy keyboards, computer keyboards, Bluetooth keyboards, wireless keyboards, wired keyboards, touch keyboards, laser keyboards. If there's a keyboard, I'm probably gonna look at it. It's very surprising how diverse the world of keyboards is. It to me seems to indicate that people have a very particular taste when it comes to their choice in keyboard. What I'm gonna show you today, possibly
Yes.
the craziest keyboard that I've ever featured. It also might be the most expensive, I can't remember. Will? It's $300. This thing is expensive, and I have to tell you that.
It's
It's called the Quirky Writer S, a typewriter-inspired mechanical keyboard. This embraces a different mindset, a different time period. The click and the clack, the war and the
clickety and the
peace, To
clackety.
Kill a Mockingbird, Brave New World, Lord of the Flies. The company is called Quirky Toys. There's a picture of what it looks like. That's an attention-grabbing thing. You put that in the den, a glass of cognac next to it, fine wood grain, and the smell of leather. Let's take a closer look at this thing. Ooh.
Oh, it's so pretty looking.
Does look cool. Feel like I'm about to crack the code. This thing is heavy. Oh, boy.
So it's a keyboard that's also looks like a typewriter.
It's a real typewriter feel. Now the switches are Cherry
want
MX
it so
Blue, that little
badly.
clack to it. Bam! This tray is if you want to use iPad or a phone. This apparently is programmable, but that's a throwback
Sets and clear stops in front makes indenting easier.
to typewriter days as well. Same with these knobs on the side. LEDs along the top that I can see. Another button, USB connector to use it in a wired fashion. A traditional style power switch on this side. Braided style USB cable, but that's micro USB though. Oh, it is a micro USB connector. So it's more secure. Look at that, that's in there. This would be cool as like a volume knob, maybe it is. So this thing will work on PC, Mac, Android, and iOS. Got it connected to this MacBook Pro over here. My intuition was to test this knob for volume. That's exactly what it does. That is cool. What is this side supposed to do? I don't know, maybe nothing. Now this, what does this do? No, it's enter.
enter.
It acts as enter. Test 2. Wow, I kind of like it. The quick brown fox jumped over Jack.
Oh, I want it
What?
so
Vertical
bad.
scroll. Let's just fill this up.
Oh.
He's right. Ooh, that's kind of nice. So you do a little web page scroll in there. Now you probably have a scroll wheel on your mouse, but they're trying to market the idea of using this with your iPad. You don't want to reach up and it's annoying because you're busy. How about that, Will? You're sitting over there yelling and screaming, and the truth of the matter is you didn't do your research. I wanted to be Tom Cruise against Matt Lauer. I'm not out here trying to prescribe Ritalin.
I am not
I'm
going to go
just
out and
thinking
say,
of like
get
the
your kids on Ritalin.
ASMR
It's the
sounds,
cure-all
like
and the end-all.
pointing the
Here's the
camera
point.
at the keyboard and then being able to type and stuff like that.
You don't even, you're glib.
Can you
It'd be like
explain
the
to me,
perfect
Will, what this
ASMR thing
10M, 20M, 30M
for, like, Twitch
situation
stuff.
is? This is mapped to brightness. Oh, they're macros. Are we talking macros? Are we talking macaroni? I saw a channel the other day on Trending, which is a guy who specializes in living like it's 200 or 300 years ago. Have you seen this guy?
Welcome to 18th
I know
Century Cooking.
Townsend.
I'm John
Townsend's
Townsend, and we're
pretty,
doing macaroni, or we might call it today.
Pretty high
macaroni.
quality.
All right, so
production
listen,
kind
there's
of
obviously
thing.
a massive novelty factor here.
Yeah,
there is
it's a bit of a
spectacle here,
novelty.
but they didn't skimp on the functionality. You've got Cherry MX Blue switches. The thing is made out of metal. It can pair to 3 separate Bluetooth devices. You can use it wired if you choose to. So if you're about this style, if you look at this and you feel inspired, it could be the next Harry Potter. and I think she's doing all right for herself. How many books did she sell, Willie Doo? 450 million, half a billion Harry Potter books, and she owes it all to the QWERTY Writer S. You need to know about it, kaboom.
Yeah, so that's what my my thingy is right now. Is I saw that on the Twitcher earlier today, and I'm just like, I want it so bad. Oh my gosh. So here's the thing, like, it's one of those things that just this like rule of cool. Oh hey, where is let's go back here. You couldn't see my reaction because I was like the whole time. But yeah, no, because I was just thinking of you know, of all the pretty like stuff that exists. Of course, they go to the one that reminds me of like my writer days. I'm like, yeah, sure, I still technically write, but back in my writer days, I would be writing novels. Like, I would write one almost every single season. I would have a new novel out. I mean, not for much for winter, so I was too busy in winter. But yeah, I wrote like 7 or 8 different novels, all different stuff. And I completely wore out a laptop keyboard from doing that, from writing so many novels on it. So and typing, so I mean, it was okay, it was what I had, but it wasn't the most satisfying. But the clickety-clack, there's something about the clickety-clack that really does it for me, especially if you know, that device, you know, it doesn't look like it had, I don't know if it had a plug-in thing. What? You can also get it on the QWERTY Writer keyboard on Amazon too? Really? Is it cheaper on Amazon? Now I have to know. I have to know, peoples. Pays to go. I didn't know they were selling this on Amazon. Because then I can put it on my wish list and be like, hey, here you go. Oh, they say it's on there, but it says available from these sellers. So you can get it wired. Yeah. I like that it has a tablet stand, so like you can just connect it via Bluetooth, and then put your phone there, and then like take this out into the world, into, you know, whenever the world opens again, because it's definitely not right now. But when the world opens again, you can just plop that down, put your phone up there, and you can be like clicking and clacking away, and you know, whatever thing that you have. You know, I guess that's kind of peak Portland, is peak hipster, as if you actually bring a typewriter to, well, it's not just a typewriter, it's a keyboard that pays homage to the typewriter, and it's got that really loud clickety-clack that's so freaking satisfying. So, you know, I wonder if this is one of those things that I can, like, take this as, like, a business expense. Oh, I forgot, I didn't turn back my music on. That's important. There we go. Important music. But anyways, like, 1000% not necessary. Do I have a keyboard? Yes. Would that is it as exciting compared to typing on that thing? I mean, no, it's not as exciting. So but yeah, I saw that and I was just like, oh man, if only. To this black here. Oh, pardon me. Pardon me. But yeah, I saw that clickety clack. It's just like, clickety clack, no, clickety clack. I love the clickety clacks. You know, it makes me wonder if I was one of those people who had, like, you know, made a whole bunch of money, which is not me, by the way. I do not make a lot of money. I would probably be one of those people whose hobby is collecting keyboards. And, like, mechanical keyboards. Like, there's a whole subreddit dedicated to that called, mechanical keyboards, right? Yeah, you go figure. So, like, I know, like, a lot of information, between, like, blue keys and red keys, and the difference that they make. Blue and cherry. There we go. Cherry is the correct term. Did I, like, erase this at some point? How come? Oh, right, yeah, no, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be that way. Right, let's bring this down, I guess, a little bit more. Here we go. Oops. I remember I have to be like this far out. So this black needs to come back down a little bit. Okay. There we go. We'll add a little bit more texture to this, because it's just not. There we go. That looks better. Because my brightest of colors needs to be at this point, right here. Then, I'll read better. By the way, if you like the music, this is Harris Keller's lo-fi Christmas music. If this is not your jam, please let me know and I will switch it for you. And then go back to another lo-fi kind of sound. I'm just singing it in Japanese in my head. Right, is it eye time? It's almost eye time. Or I can do shadows. You know what? Let's do shadows of this this thing here first. All right. I'm going to pick. Let's first get this. Also, why am I hanging out? I'm not in the painter. I'm in graphic and web. No, I need to be in the painting one. I don't know why I'm hanging out in graphic and web setup. There we go. That looks a little more like my usual. Right? So I'm gonna go one step down for my shadows. And shadows go here. Remember, you are a cutie pie. You are worthy, you are loved, you are enough. Keep on keeping on. That is very true. Alright, and then just kind of in the lower section. And then it kind of goes a little bit later here. There we go. Sorry, body checking time again? Let's see here. I'm hanging in there. I keep thinking about that keyboard. I have to... I'm saving up for some stuffs, some lights, some proper lights, so I can use the green screen. And a printer. so I can hand make my own stickers in-house. So I made these, here they are, these watercolor stickers from scratch, and they're really cool. I like them a lot. Like, here's these really cool pastel ones that I made. They're really lovely. But it's really time intensive. And so part of me wants to get the plan is to get a printer, and then with the printer I'm able to print out my designs, and then I can run them through my sticker printing machine thing, which is a hand crank device. No electricity for that one, because I made them by scratch like this, and these are way more expensive than if I just print it out and then run them through my sticker printer. Or I guess I can get some sticker paper and then print it directly onto the sticker paper. I've never done that before either, but I know there's plenty of other operations to do things like that. And with that in place, that means that my ability to do print stuff in-house means that I'm able to do things at a more affordable price point when I do selling stuff, prints and things like that, because it's actually pretty expensive to get them printed outside at like a print shop, at least more expensive than what I was hoping it would be, but like also it's kind of a gamble too, because I'm just not sure, you know, what will sell, if anything will sell at all. But then if it doesn't sell, then I have 50 of the thing that I printed at a print shop that's just going to be sitting around, right? So it behooves me to save to get equipment so I can run things in-house. So if I'm like, you know, I'm gonna do a trial run of like 12 of these things, you know, it's not gonna be such a huge problem if I, you know, end up only selling 1 or 2 of those, right? So at least that's the idea behind saving up for the thing. So alright, yeah, let's make this a little bit smaller. Oops. So there is kind of more of initial startup cost for doing that, unfortunately, but that's kind of the way it works. You know, this year I was actually planning on doing a lot of convention stuff, and then, you know what happened. I don't need to bring it up. So that really kind of delayed all my convention, like, startup costs and things like that. So, because, like, the first convention, whatever I make from that, I was going to pool into, you know, my next thing, my next batch of stuff I was going to make, and eventually potentially, you know, fund the printer, maybe like a printer slash scanner kind of deal. So, and then of course that went out the window. Whoops! Rancheros is coming back to haunt me. Ugh. I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. Whoops. What the squirrel's name should be, I'm not sure. Yeah, probably should do this. There we go. This will make it easier for me to... Alright, whoops. Deselect all. There. Okay, let's magic select this again. There we go. Alright. Then I could deselect. I can come back down here. And then magic select down here. There we go. There we go, and then go back to deselect. Haha! I can just go over slightly and do a blendy blend. There we go. let's look at my reference again. Alright, it's mostly dark. It's this one. And then the top part of it is a little bit light. And then, I think it'll read better. Yeah. That's folds. Okay, yeah, they look like folds. Affirmation time. I have precious gifts to give, and I'm willing to release the jaded beliefs that keep them hidden. You know what? This is one of the I still need to work on, because my jaded belief is that the stuff that I make is not worthy of selling. That people would not be interested in wanting to have this as their own thing. If it's like something small, like stickers or, you know, prints or whatever, t-shirts, that kind of thing. It's very challenging, which is why I haven't done a real big, this is what I'm doing in my merch store, buy, etc, etc. But the only thing I've really done is promote calendar, which, by the way, you can get a calendar. Oh, I don't have my bot running. That's kind of problematic, isn't it? Let's run my bot here. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. My bot's name is Stream. Well, it's called Cutie Pie bot, but it's the Streamlabs chatbot. Yes, I would like to run this device. Thank you. Yes, I would like to run this. Run it. Okay, is it running now? Can I do this now? Because the only one is the charity one. That's Stream Deck. Okay, but what happens? What happened to my chatbot? Why is it not? Do I need to click it again? I think that's what I gotta do. We don't want Pure Ref. We want Streamlabs chatbot. Click it. I clicky. It says, do you want to allow this app? Yes. Yes. Is it running? I just got a thing that it was like, oh yeah, you know. Okay, now it looks like it's loading up. Wow, I can't believe I wasn't running my bot. Well, it's a brand new bot. I only just started using it. It's like just this last stream. So it makes sense that I would forget to open it in my rush to sit down and get to work here. So, my bad. So it relies on that bot to do the thingy, right? So if I go 2021, and here, right, I gotta do it in here. Now it should pop up. There we go! There's the Cutie Pie bot. There we go. Now it's running. So this is the only thing I was promoting, and last I heard, there were 17 calendars shipped out to people, which is amazing. It means that my work of promoting the calendar is helping the charity. So, also, big note, if you are running a charity stream kind of event, let me know. I'm always interested in doing that kind of thing as part of my, thing. Especially if it means, like, my piece of work or whatever ends up in some sort of thing where, kind of like a calendar, like, all the work's made for this event, for, or Button Nose's charity event, put together for this calendar, and then all the proceeds from the calendar is going to go towards Button Noses as well. So, highly recommend. And they make really great gifts for parentals too. I'm getting my dad one actually. So, do I have 2 instances of this bot running? I do. Let's close one of them. Yes, let's close one. Alright, let's keep this one open. There we go! Alright. There we go. So, but yeah, like my jaded belief is that my worth as an artist and my things that I make is not worth the money that goes towards me. It's fine. Like, I'm perfectly okay, like, making really cool stuff for, like, charity calendars and stuff, because that's, you know, appeals to the humanist in me, or in this case, the person who wants to save a bunch of doggos and stuff. But it's personally, you know, making my life better, somehow that's like a no-go in my brain. So I'm gonna repeat that affirmation, because apparently I still need to do that. I have precious gifts to give, and I am willing to release the jaded beliefs that keep them hidden. I think I'm gonna write down I need a pen, and where is it? I'm gonna write down the other one. This is important, so I am bringing out my pen and paper. I'm gonna add this one later after stream. Important brain things you discover when you're making stuff. Oops, that's not it. Alright. The affirmation would go, I have precious gifts to show the world, and it's okay if they you are worth having okay. Alright, I got my affirmation down to add to my stream. It's actually like a quotation ad thing, but I would have to like disconnect this here, and then I have to pull everything in, and I don't want to do that during the stream. So I'm gonna put this to the side here, like so. If you have other affirmations, I would love to read them. So I'm always looking to add more affirmations. People who are not familiar with what an affirmation is, an affirmation is a saying that is like positive. And you know what, let's just bring up what like affirmation, the technical term is. It's like, it's kind of like, it's a hack for your brain. You say them enough, and eventually you will believe it. The action or process of affirming something or being affirmed. It's also kind of like encouragement too. what Wikipedia says. Affirmations in... Oh, no, I don't want to donate to you. You get enough money. Affirmations in New Thought and New Age terminology refer primarily to the practice of positive thinking and self-empowerment, fostering belief that positive mental attitudes supported by affirmations will achieve success in anything. More specifically, an affirmation is a carefully formatted statement that should be repeated to oneself and written down frequently. For affirmations to be effective, it is said that they need to be present tense, positive, personal, and specific. Yeah. So... So that's what that is, and that's what I have usually coming around. But yeah. Let's see. Okay. Right, what was I doing? I was working on the Dago. Alright, if we go out this way, it's really more like the tongue, the teeth need to be worked on a little bit more, in the eyes. Yeah, I think I just want to call it good, move on. I feel like I spent way too long on this, personally. This is a challenging piece, I'll just say. Alright. So we need to get our glossy. I think I just used a soft pressure. Soft round. I think that's what I used. Yeah, I think that's what I used. They're on their own layer, right? Yeah? Okay. What about the eyes? There we go. That's the eye layer. Okay. Don't want it at 36. Wanted it. Okay, we want to make a layer that goes underneath, right? Alright. Oops. We want to go here. And then get the clouds back in. By the way, this is clouds. We need something glossy. I think it's mostly working. I feel like this brown here isn't really like the best brown. It's kind of like a reddish. And so we're gonna go down here, pick up this brown, kind of put it in here too. Whoops, I'm gonna go way darker. Alright, then we gotta bring in the black again. Because it's mostly black eyes. A little bit of brown. So go back down to the dark, dark, dark. And then we're just gonna go over it. Kind of this circly pattern. Bring back out the eyes. There we go. That looks very, very glossy, right? There we go. That looks very glossy and cute. Okay. Alright, we just need to fix these teeth here. Alright. What's the teeth layer? I'm accidentally painting on the wrong layer here. Is it this layer? Nope. It's a higher layer. This layer? Nope. It's a nose layer. Nope. Is it this layer? Nope. It's not this layer. I just started that layer today. Doku kana? This one? No? If I named my layers, I wouldn't be having this problem. So it's clearly one of these bottom layers. Just going by this. So it's in here. Yeah. I think it's actually one of these bottom layers here. Here we go. It says M. M means mouth, right? Also, my feet are kind of cold. Let me turn on this second heater here. Here we go. Ugh. Move the heater a little bit closer to my feetsies. It's actually fairly warm out today for December, which is why I'm not wearing my usual coat. I mean, if I was streaming at like 9 p.m., I'm sure I would be wearing my coat. It'd be very, very cold. Oops, we can't be using that. We need to use this, not the pen. Okay. I think we need like a couple more teeth. Yeah, we need like a hard round. Not this soft. Hard round, here we go. There we go. I'm gonna make extra teeth. Even though they're not said in the reference here, they make more sense to have teeth. So, that's what we're gonna do. Also, need to, oops, that's too big. Let's make this a little bit smaller, a little more manageable here. Yes. There we go. A little more manageable. Although this guy's thing extends out pretty far, yeah, but not over the thing here. So, whoops. We meant to hit this button. There we go. So we shouldn't have a low opacity. Tooths are full, right? There we go. That's better. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna add like layers of you know, lights and shadows on the teeth. I think that, but I don't think you're gonna read that from far away. But I will go over these to make them a little more bright, because right now they are not reading as. I need to go slightly over this so they read a little bit more. Whoops, it's a little too far. Like teeth. Alright. I like this sound. Did I finish off my Christmas holiday stuff? I think I did. Alright. But it looks like it's playing more Harris Heller. So that's good. Let's see what other Harris Heller stuff there is. I'm not sure why I'm always like playing Harris, or misspeaking Harris Heller stuff. But yeah, very lo-fi Christmas. Thank you so much for putting that out. Dance. Let's try Dance. This one came out in 2020. Danzo Ego. Wow. Really prolific. Ghost. Very prolific. Inu. How many albums can you make a release in 1 year? Lifestyle came out in 2020. Neko. So you have Ino and Neko. Royal came out in 2020. Shingu also came out in 2020. Lights. How many albums can you release in 1 year? Unless this was only added this year? Can't imagine. Wow, I'm guessing these were all added like this year. Probably, you know. I have a hard time believing this is all released. All of these albums released in 1 year, because that is just very prolific. But I think like they were like all made this year. I think they were just added to my playlist here this year. So, hey, I kind of like this music. Okay. Alright, let's see how this looks from afar. Reads his teeth. Okay. I think it looks good. I want to work on the gum a little bit. Cause this gum, oops. This gum is not reading. Whoops, that I hit this. Cause it's not quite reading. Here we go. I'm going to go over the outline of the popper. I didn't realize I was using a different paint here. Here we go. Alright, and then I think the mouth is otherwise okay. Yeah, okay. Yep. Alright, then we can go over the edge. Unless I can take away this. Yeah, no, I need that there. Okay, but this is the outline, right? No, that's not the outline. Is this the outline? No? Which one's the outline? That's the outline. If you take off the outline... Outline. No outline. I think he looks better without the outline, personally. Although you can still see some of the under... So what happens if I just slightly delete some of this? Okay, I like it without the outline. But I need the outline for... Well, I guess I don't need it, per se, for the bandana. But I do kind of like it with the bandana. Yeah, I don't think I need it, personally. Alright, let's get rid of, let's say goodbye to, our Squirtle here, our left-handed Squirtle. Don't worry, I've got a copy of it, that I posted in my Discord. If you want to check out my Discord here, and go, boop. Oops. Let's make this bigger. Yeah. Bye-bye. Oh, we gotta get rid of these dots too. Okay, it's on this layer. Is it on the first layer? Oh, I gotta do the collar too. I forgot to do the collar. There we go, it's on this layer. Boop, 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 boop. And boop. And we still need to do the background too. It's just not gonna be this color. Oh right, and we still gotta do the color. And this color is gonna be just a slight shade of red. So if we go here, boop. No, we gotta hit this, then we're gonna hit this. Go down a little bit. Soft, I guess. Why not this one? Oh, we should use this. Okay, control. No, it's this. I should have, no pixel select. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna do this action. Get as close as we can. I mean, fortunately, it's gonna be under a lot of stuff. I don't have to be as precise, but for a little bit of precision. No, I'm not done yet. Oops. I think that's a little too dark. Sample all layers. I just need you some smudge. Smudge would be nice. Okay, we done? We done thinking? Are we smudging? Does it seem like we're smudging? How about blur? Blur tends to work. Oh, it's at 30%? Oh, that might be it. Let's do that. It's a little slow. Drink your water, hydration, hypo. Okay. I think it's working. Oops. Oh, it's this weird. I think it needs to be like an opacity, not an opacity, like not a hard round, but a not this tool, because it's not going with the right tool for a blendy. So I'm gonna wait until my thing goes, and we're gonna go soft round, and let's try this again. I think this will work better. Yeah. We're gonna make this bigger. And then it's gonna go better. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Taken like 10,000 years to do though. Heck, I'm already done with my motion. And it's still rendering it out. Uh-oh. That's bad. I don't like that. So also taking the bits underneath the collar too. Oh no, that does not look good. Alright. Is that... guessing that's above the layer. Okay. I guess we'll go over to soft round, and then we'll kind of... There we go. That works. That works. That works. This works. No, I did not hit that button. Alright, I think that's about as much as I want to do. I'm getting tired, I think. What the heck is this? I don't know, but let's bring up the reference. That's not it. It's this one. Oh, it's the top of the dog collar. Alright. I think mostly the outline of the thing looks okay. I'm gonna pop over. I have a reference that I'm thinking of right now about what they did with their backgrounds. No, I'm gonna pull up, you know, I'm gonna pull it up on my phone real quick. Then I can see. Am I getting a headache? Is that what's happening? Right. It's in not this server, it's in another server. Here we go. So you did. Okay. Okay, I think I know how I'm gonna run this now. Alright. Where is her? I'm gonna make a new one. It's gonna go all the way to the bottom. And it's gonna be really light blue. Yeah, we're gonna go really, really big with this. Not a 3. Going 30. Wet blender? Let's try this. No, not a blender. We want like a really textury brush, like an impressionist brush. No, we need this to do this, not. You don't need a blendy. You're thinking, huh? You are thinking. I'll just drink my water then. I think I really need to restart my computer. It's been a little while, so I'm thinking that's why it's doing this. You're thinking a lot, I can see. Okay. Alright. Yeah, that's totally it. Ship it. No. We need special effects splash. I don't know. Let's take a tour of our brushes here. We've got a lot of them. Definitely not a letterer. Colton's favorite brushes. No. Special effects brushes. All-purpose. Blend, smudgy, scratchy, foliage, screen tones. I wouldn't mind a mix of screen tones and, you know, some other kind of texture on top. Colton's favorite. Who is Colton? I don't remember. The Spring 2020 update. Oh, this is my, splash variant. Here we go. This seems cool. Ooh, I like this. Let's do this more. And I love the texture of it too. It's very textury. Yeah, I think this is what I'm gonna go with. It have this kind of shape to it. Wow, I really like it. You don't want to think too much for these backgrounds. I feel like the more you think about it, the less focus ends up being on the subject itself. That's kind of my thought on this. You know? Alright, I'm gonna go a little bit darker, but not much. Just add a little bit of specks here and there. Slightly darker. There we go. A little bit darker and spots make you go, ooh, ah, you know? So it looks like I spent a lot more time than I did on the background. I don't know if adding a screen tone on this would help or hinder this. But I'll play around with screen tones on another layer. And we're gonna try above it first. And then underneath it the second. So I can go down to my screen tones. Screen tones are so helpful. Alright. I like Beat Tones Half Brush Sampler. So we can do like crosshatch or medium dots. Medium dots might be the thing. Can I make this bigger and then they'll be bigger? No. Okay. I've seen like really, really big ones. And I think that would be kind of the thing that you would need for this. Alright, so I don't think it's in here. I think I gotta go back up to Litho? Oh, this Litho one's pretty cool too. You know, True Grit has some really, really nifty brushes. But I know I've got a half tones and screen tones. Here we go, basic. Basic, I think that might be it. Triangle stack. Glob. I like all these kind of strange halftones too. They're pretty freaking cool. Oops. But let's go with the basic large screen tone here. See if maybe this will work. I mean, it's okay. I think it's the wrong color though. Also needs to be way bigger. Maybe not 5,000 big. Yeah, actually, now I'm putting it in here. I don't think this is needed. I mean, let me try underneath. Yeah, I don't think this is actually needed. I think the juxtaposition is wrong. So unless I find a kind of, you know, kind of splotty kind of screen tone that isn't super uniform, because the rest of my composition stuff is not uniform. It's not supposed to be kind of splotchy. Maybe like this. Maybe like some halftones. Big Dirty Reverse. This is Big Dirty Reverse. No, I see. I don't think it's for me, but yeah, I think these are more The wiggle sticks look kind of cool too. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work here. I think maybe I'm thinking too much now. Just thinking, oh yeah, maybe some, you know, some static, grain, distress. Oh, pardon me. Woo! Let's make this bigger. No, I don't like that. I think it's probably good as is, personally. Alright, woohoo! We finished something! Let's say... boop! We must stretch. Ooh, we're flexing. Free flex for you. Oh. Free flex. Ugh. Usually you have to charge. I usually charge for that, you know, in points. Then I charge how much for that? Flex Master 2000 for 2000 points. Flex Master 2000. So I'm just thinking of what else can I be doing? I think Frankie is looking pretty good. So I'm gonna post that on my Patreon first. Then I will post on the social media at a later date. I do have another piece I can start working on now that I think about it. And it's a final for, it's two wolves and a cub. And I think I have it set up, but let's go to BRB screen real quick while I try to find where the hecky that one is. Because I don't think it's in my open recents. I think it's, in another place. I don't think it's hanging out on my desktop. I think maybe it's hanging out in documents. Let's see here. No, not starting soon. This is my BRB screen. There we go. Turn that off. It's still here. Don't worry. I'm just thinking, I thought it was hanging out on my desktop? It's been a minute since I've seen it. I think I put it in my documents. Don't remember what I called it. Did I put it in future paintings? No. Photoshop challenges? No. October drawings? PSD? No. But that's kind of where I had it, sorta. Studio Ghibli. I don't think it's hanging out in Studio Ghibli. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. No, not that project. I knew it was hanging out loose. Character, Bone Devil, comic, ink tests, lighting tests. I started a Mando thing. I have an Arietti piece. Here's my reference. Oh, here it is. This is it, right? it is? Okay. All right. Okay. And we're gonna unlock this one real quick. Make it a little bit smaller here. All right. All right, and then, whoops. 1 second. Make a new one. Okay. Put this in here. All right. All right. We're gonna update this. We're done with Frankie now. Wolves. Whoops. Wolves. And cub. Cub bee. Successfully updated. Okay. All right, there we go. Here is the rough. So one wanted to be a brown color. The other one wanted to be kind of a silver color. So I guess we can get the browns in here first. Oh, and we gotta make sure we have our rough texture brush. So I actually bought that specific brush pack just so I can have access to all of the tones, not tones, I'm looking at halftones right now. My, I'm losing my train of thought here. So that I can access, because you need a really cool brush for drawing fur. So this is what I'm gonna do. Custom brushes too. Rough. Not rough drawing, it's rough. Hairy rough. Here we go. This is it. Okay. So I'm gonna put this brown here. That's the first brown. And then we're gonna go for a darker brown. Even darker brown. Yeah, the darker brown still. And then we're gonna go slightly brighter for here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna get the base down here, and our midtone is gonna be this color. So actually, you know what? Not this. I should go for a hard round, and then I'll be able to select that with my special thing, and then I'll be able to edit it. So I have nice clean lines. Start as my base. I need to make this opacity a little bit lower so I can see my lines. Here we go. Here we go. I like this song. It's a good song. This is another painting that's going to take a while. And that's okay. This is a commission piece. It's meant to take a while, right? This is for my Patreon supporter. This is a thank you for being a patron for me for many months. So, you need to finish this so that I can hand it off to them as a thank you. I'll do this tongue too. Alright, and then I should be able to fill this, right? Should be able to. Go ahead, G. No, I don't want a gradient, I just want a fill bucket. There we go. Weird. Alright, so every wolf is going to have its own separate layer. So I'm not actually painting over the wolf. There we go. That's better. Affirmation time. I am doing the best I can, and that's enough. Yes. I'm doing the stream thing. I sure am. I'm doing a good job too. A little bit over here. Whoops. There we go. I'm liking it. Okay, so we have this one. This one's gonna be called Mama. I gotta rename it. Rename it. Come on, do your thing. No, I don't want layer styles open. M-A-M-A. Bam. Mama. Okay. Now Papa's gonna be a different color. Pop is gonna be like a silver color. Actually, you know, it's kind of the color of this Papa here. So, I'm gonna put this down here. Wow, that looks kind of purpley. I don't know how I feel about that. Like here. It's still purpley. Yeah, let's get the midtone between this one and this one. Yeah, no, this won't work. So I'll just move this over, paint over it. Swatches. You know what? Yeah, let's do this. This will be better. I'm gonna put a mid-tone here. And then this one is now we need to change this one as well. And then a lighter one. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then our mid-tone is gonna be this color. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna turn off our reference. Is this one? Nope. Turn off a reference. Okay. Sorry, I'm not talking very much because I'm trying to focus this part here. There we go. Hydration time. Okay. Just hold on. And then we'll do my hydration. Paint bucket time! Hit G. who else is streaming right now. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are. Okay. Alright, mid-tone done. This one's gonna be called Papa. I don't know what the color baby is gonna be, but I can at least get Mama and Papa done. Alright, let's turn this back up. Oh yeah, we have to get this, texture on the top here. Okay. Go back to Mama. Put this reference back up. Oh, we can turn the Papa reference off. Or not reference, the thing off so we can see the color. I hate this white color. We're gonna make this like a cream. Do this. Yeah, okay, that helps my eyes. Then I'm gonna lock this again. Go back to Mama. Alright. And then I'll be able to highlight this. Yeah. Alright, that's fine. Alright, let's get our darker layer in here. So, it's kind of here. Oops, we need to make sure we're using the right brush for this. So, back down again to our hairy rough brush. Yeah, I'm not sure why the tolerance for this thing is just so, like this guy got moved or whatever? There we go. It's a little better. Yeah, that's better. So I was just gonna say, why does it seem just a little off? There we go. That's way better. And then, reference, okay. So it's mostly dark here and here. This back leg is pretty dark too. The front leg is partially dark, but not as dark. Just like a sliver of it. shadows down here too. Okay. A little bit of darkness here. That goes down to like just a little bit, not too much. And there's a little bit of darkness underneath here. Oops. There we go. Hit this. There's a shadow. Alright. And the ear gets dark here. I'm getting a slight headache, I think. I'll take a little bit of ibuprofen. I think I'm gonna need to take a walk after this. It's probably dark outside. Yeah, it's 6 o'clock, definitely dark outside. Delicious water, y'all. Okay, our ants are marching, and we're getting this a little bit on its way here. There we go, kind of like this, and then okay, it's a little bit around here. Yeah, and I got a little bit underneath here, but I'm gonna extend this out like this, and then we have some of our first darks in there. And this kind of lets me know about like how dark I need to get this. So come back in with our darker. What happened here? It got moved again. We don't need this moving. Okay. And then we go back in here again. We'll go with our darkest darks. Paying attention to or how the flow of the thing goes in. And it really kind of blends in there when you have multiple colors. It starts to look like a... well, furry texture. Right? So how long I've been streaming? Almost 3 hours. I was gonna say, feels like I've been streaming for a while. Yeah, sometimes it's like stream goes by so fast, and today's been definitely one of those days where it's been going by so fast. But I finished One Piece, which is great, and then I started this piece. And I've still got some more stuff I gotta do off stream. so that I can, you know, get ready for that. The paid stuff. The paid works. I don't know what the song, but I'm immediately jamming to it, so that means I should heart this one. It's called The Grid. The Grid, man. Get those synths going, you know? So if I put a layer of darks first, when I go over with my lights, I can kind of layer it on top of the darks, right? And that's what I'm going to do with this leg, so it's going to go up and over. So it's important to me that I get the darks in first, looking like exactly how I want to have it. It's been a while since I saved. I will save. Yeah, I'm gonna extend this out a little bit more. Ah, boy. Ah, boy. Yo. I'm getting a little tired. Very little tired. You know who I haven't raided in a while? I've not raided Foxtail Brush in a while. I think that's a good thing for me to do. 'Cause that's a thingy I could be doing. Alright, I'm gonna save this, I think. For peoples who are coming in, or been here the whole time, thanks so much for being here. I'm Eli, aka Cascadia Studio, and we're gonna raid Foxtail Brush. This is my raid call. Hey, come on, me over there. Foxtail Brush is a really cool individual, and she's making ornaments right now. I'm gonna raid. That's not how you spell raid. Brush. There we go. So, we all take ourselves over there, and, I think it's gonna be a good time. For people who want to find me on the internet, here's where I am on my social medias. And thanks so much for the raids and for the lurks. I greatly appreciate it, like a whole bunch. And if you're looking for a piece of something and you don't know what to get your parentals, I think would appreciate a calendar, especially if it's a calendar about precious doggos. You can see my piece from Button Noses called Pepito in my Instagram. And so, yeah, thanks so much for being here. And you can connect to me on social media or my Discord server. And we're going to go raid Foxtail Brush now. And give her some wonderful supports and some wholesomeness. So thanks so much for being here, and I hope everybody has a wonderful evening, and take care of themselves, because y'alls are worth it. Alright everybody, take care, bye bye! Cool.